Street performers are present in most big cities. Charlotte is no exception.
You give me advice, I give you 5 cents.
Those street performers, or buskers as they are called, are featured in a full-length documentary that will be released this summer.
That's part of the reason the documentary exists, is to help people understand what busking is.
I'll get a note in my hand that says, could you move down?
April Denee is the producer of BUSK.
There are people all the time who say, oh, buskers, street performers? Oh, beggars, right? Panhandlers? No. No, that's not what they are.
I just want to sing at my spot.
There's so much to each person you see performing on the street.
April focused her camera on a handful of buskers in Charlotte. She caught a cross-section of that performing community. Male and female, singers, artists, even a magician.
That is a common misconception, that busking is only musicians.
Instead of dwelling upon the fact I don't have a job, I create a job.
They're all forms of art that can be busking. It's simply in public right-of-way, public performance that is either free or for tips or donations. That's what busking is. It's a service that you can either appreciate and tip, or you can say, I didn't really like it, and keep moving.
April has been a video producer for years. She's done mainly commercial and industrial work, but also some short documentaries. Producing one of those short pieces was the intent when she went out to follow her first street performer.
It actually started out just like the rest of my videos. It was going to be a small project. I was looking for an interesting subject just to do, a tiny documentary on. We're talking, in line of 15, 20 minutes.
By following one busker, though, she came upon another and another and another. Eventually, she realized that she was onto a topic that would yield her first full-length project.
It's something that you have to plod along with for a while. I mean, it'll end up being about 2 years from the start to finish of this project. It's a lot of time, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of work. We're talking about 2 years and about $15,000, which is not much money in the way of a feature-length film, but it is for a first-time filmmaker, and it is for, a little old girl like me.
This bench right here is my outside office because of the light.
As it turns out, the story of street performers, how they live and what they face in pursuing their art form, was a perfect fit for April.
Just like any documentary filmmaker will tell you, it was a passion that I felt this story has to be told. It has to be told, and luckily I feel like I'm a good person and the right person to tell it.
She embraced the project, experiencing the same conditions as the subjects in front of the camera for the better part of a year. She accumulated more than 100 hours of footage, and she set out to assemble that in a way that people would care about the artists. She gave it the title BUSK, knowing that audience members might not even have that word in their vocabulary.
When they view the title, if they see it, say, on the DVD jacket, or if they see stickers that are out in the community advertising it, it's all in capital letters with a giant exclamation point at the end. And there's a reason for that, because it's a powerful, energetic, take charge, get out there and do something kind of word, BUSK.
In concentrating on the street performers, April told their stories, but it evolved into more than that. It became the story of a city.
The main character for this documentary is the city of Charlotte. It's people, it's government, it's sort of character in itself and what it thinks is important.
Different places have different laws governing buskers. While there might still be moments of friction, Charlotte actually treats the performers fairly.
We can't be there, that's Bank of America's world, so we have to be in this world on the bricks.
If you look at across the United States, different busking laws, we have it pretty good here in Charlotte, actually. There's some things that could be better, but on the whole, we're able to busk without having a license. You don't have to pay for one, you don't have to audition for one. You're free to go wherever you like, generally wherever you like, whenever you like.
April developed a respect for the buskers and came to a full understanding of what appeals to them about the art form.
The beauty of busking is that you can go out anytime you want, wherever you want, as long as you're within the city's rules and ordinances.
She came away believing that it would be positive for the city to contain even more street performers. She figures they can add vibrancy to a place and can enrich people's lives if they just give them a chance.
We have such a great opportunity to know people and to greet people and to learn, and that's what You know, when you pass by a busker, you're learning about a person's lifestyle, you're learning about an art form, and we have some talented folks.
I know now my dream was right.
Give something else that's different from your own perspective a chance. Just give it a chance. That's all. You might find that you've got something new that you really appreciate about your city.
The plan for BUSK is a summer 2012 release, maybe a few film festival appearances, and possibly broader distribution beyond that. It can be appreciated anywhere, but the desire is for as many Charlotte residents as possible to view it.
It's a message for Charlotteans, you know, of all levels, government, artists, mainstream. So I really want it to be as widely shown in Charlotte as possible. I want it to be just a guide, really, guiding people through what have we got here, what does that mean, who are these people, why should you love them, you know, that sort of thing.